Hello, Amber. It's nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well.
I'll be your social worker. My name's Margaret. And before we get started, I just want to go over the confidentiality form that you filled out before you came here. I just want to go through that and explain to you the exceptions to that.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, whatever you say to me is going to stay in this room. I'm not going to discuss it with anybody outside of this. There are a few exceptions to that. One instance is if I feel that you're imminent harm to yourself or others, then I would have to take steps and inform the proper authorities. Another incidence would be if I feel that a child or maybe an elderly person is at risk for abuse or is being abused, I would also have to notify the authorities. And also another instance would be if I got a court order and they needed your medical records, I by law would have to divulge that information, but everything else is completely confidential between you and me. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand that?
I do.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify my role as your social worker. Basically, this is a partnership. I'm not going to make you do anything that you don't want to do. We're going to work out every step along the way together. So, do you understand that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, great. Now, at this agency, we do outpatient care for mental illness and substance abuse. So what we're going to do is, if you agree, we're going to have you come in at the same time every week. Is this time okay for you?
This time works for me.
Okay, great. And then we're going to develop a task list so we can start working on some of your concerns and reach a solution for that.
Okay.
So we're going to get started here, and I was just going to ask you, what brought you here today?
Well, I'm mostly here because my parents have been trying to force me to come here for a while.
Okay.
And they've been on my back about it and about just, trying to get my life back on track to where they think it should be.
Okay, so if I'm hearing you correctly, wasn't really your idea to come here.
No.
You're kind of feeling pressured by your parents.
Definitely.
Okay, and how is that making you feel being here right now?
It's just making me feel like I'm not really in control of my own life. I can't really do what I want to do because I constantly feel pressure from people around me to do what they think I should be doing.
Gotcha. That's making you feel a little angry, like they're not hearing you.
A little angry and just a little upset and kind of as if my opinion doesn't matter or the things that I want to do aren't good enough.
Okay. Yeah, it sounds like you're not feeling very valued by the people around you.
Right.
Okay.
And they just kind of make me feel less than. Like I'm just not the person that they want me to be.
I see. That must be really hard for you.
It is. My parents they've always been kind of tough on me. And I feel like they're a lot easier on my brother and my sister.
Okay.
And so it's just always been kind of hard, and I've always kind of felt like the outsider in my family.
Okay. So your parents treat each of your siblings and yourself differently from one another?
I think so. If you ask them, they say, "No, there's no difference," but I see the difference.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, so I just want to make sure I'm understanding. When you're are you in the household together with all your siblings and your parents? Do you live at home?
I live at home, and so does my younger brother. And I have an older sister, but she's married, and so they live in California, where she went to school.
Okay. So, does this kind of make your home life conflicted? Like, do you feel uncomfortable at home?
I don't really feel like I fit in with my family because they're all like really high achievers. Like my dad, he's a doctor, and my mom, she was a stay-at-home mom, which is why I don't understand why she's so hard on me to go to college because she didn't. And my brother, he's a star football player, so he gets so much attention. And then there's me, and I was in school, but I didn't finish. So now I'm here, I'm back at home, and my parents just don't agree with everything that I do, and I really just try not to be around them, to be honest.
you're separating yourself because this situation is stressful to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds like you have a lot going on in your family. Feeling maybe pressured, perhaps, because of your father being a doctor and
Mm-hmm.
kind of feeling that pressure to achieve.
Right.
But also kind of being confused because of the role that your mother plays is not that of a professional, but somebody who stays at home and takes care of the kids.
Mm-hmm.
Your brother being successful at football, and maybe you're feeling that you don't have your own thing. Is that
No,
correct to say?
I love to dance, but when it comes to that, my parents don't support me in that.
Okay.
They would rather me go and try to be a nurse like my sister. And my brother, like, football kind of has more, I guess they think it's more beneficial because then you could get scholarships for college and stuff like that. But with dance, unless I, like, go to Juilliard or something, there's really nothing I could do with it. So they don't support my decision to do that. And so that's why I just kind of, I feel like I haven't really found what I like to do because they don't support what I like to do.
Okay. Okay, so from what I understand, you feel like your passion is dance, but that doesn't fit in line with what their idea of, a good goal is.
Mhm.
So that's kind of where a lot of your conflict is coming from.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, okay. Now, in what ways have you tried to communicate in the past with your parents about maybe how their behavior makes you feel? Have you ever sat down with them before?
I mean, they knew I liked dance since high school, but whenever I was on a dance team, but whenever we had shows or, presentations, they didn't really show up. Whereas if my brother had a football game, they were always there.
Okay.
And so that definitely told me that that's not something that they supported. So then when it was time for me to go to school, I ended up trying to go for nursing just to please my family, really, because I had no interest in it. And things didn't go well with that because I wasn't there for that and I didn't enjoy it. And so I ended up coming back. But since then, I haven't really tried to talk to them about it because I know the reaction I'm going to get, that I need to get a job and I need to do what they want me to do.
Okay. Okay. So from what I understand, you just feel kind of exhausted and, at end for, trying to talk to them. Sounds like you kind of given up communicating to them about it.
I'd rather just go out with my friends than stay at home with them.
Okay. Well, we just have a few minutes left. I would like to take this time to kind of point out what we talked about today. I think we got a lot covered in this first session. We talked about how your parents are kind of creating a little bit of conflict in your household. You feel like you're not being valued, like your opinion doesn't matter. Is that right?
That's good.
Okay. And some issues involving your goals and how they don't necessarily match up with your parents' goals, and kind of the feelings that go into how that's expressed. Okay. What would you like to see come from this process? I know, you felt pressured to come here, but I want to help you, and I want to work with you to create kind of, something to alleviate some of the stress you're feeling. What would you like to gain from this process?
I just kind of want to find a way to figure out how I can balance what I want to do and also be successful. Just, to get involved in something. And it's just hard for me to do that with my parents because they don't support what I do at all. But I know there's a way that I can dance and still, be successful.
Absolutely.
So I want to find a way to do that.
Okay, great. Well, next week we'll meet here at the same time. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, and we'll start talking about steps that we can take and things we can work on together so that you can accomplish some of those goals.
Okay, sounds good to me.
All right, great. Well, it was very nice meeting you.
You too.
I'll
Thank
see you next week.
All right.
Good.
You are awesome. Oh my